Hello, everyone. I am Kissy Denise. If you don't know who I am an abundance coach and a celebrity branding goddess. I help people build bold, magnetic, beautiful social media brands that ultimately make them six figures and allow them to attract their ideal mate, build a business they love, and live the life of their dreams on their own terms, on their own time, and do whatever they please that makes them happy, which means you live in your purpose. Today, I'm going to discuss how to build your celebrity influencer brand using social media. If you haven't noticed by now, everyone has a personal brand. If you have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, or an Instagram account, whether you know it or not, you actually have a personal brand. And your personal brand is the way you represent yourself and how people perceive you. And the way people perceive you is based upon the things you post, the way you dress, the way you look, the way you speak, the way you act, and the way you talk. And even if you have a job before they interview you or after they interview you, more than likely they are searching social media to see who you are as a person, right? And depending on the way you represent yourself, you may or may not get that job. So that's just how important personal branding is. Now, if you want to brand yourself like a celebrity, you have to understand the psychology of human beings, right? And you have to build your personal brand as an influencer. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips to brand yourself like a celebrity and an influencer. The first thing first is to give value, share content that people want to see. People are not just following you for the heck of it, right? They're following you because they're getting something from it. Even if it's just looking at you, if it's just watching your life and living through you, if it's being inspired by you, if you're entertaining them, they are getting something from it, right? Or they're learning something from you. So give some type of value to people. It's not all about you, but it really is about you at the same time. Have a certain diversification of the content that you post. Number two is have a why. What is your brand about? Why did you create this brand? Why do you feel like people should follow you? That is very, very important to know your story. And if you are something like an author or a life coach, it's important that your personal brand is more so focused on your authentic self versus your product that you're selling. Because when you're bored or you get tired or you elevate and you want to move on to something else, you can move on to something else easy if you have branded yourself based upon who you are and not based upon your product. If you brand yourself based upon your product, then it's very difficult to move that fan base along to the next level of you, right? But if you brand based upon who you are, then they love you, so they're going wherever you go, right? At least for the most part. Number three is to pick a style, your artwork, the way you dress, the way you look. All of this is sending a message to your followers, your target audience, or your fans. And I see so many people copying, right? Copying on the internet is so prevalent. Like, don't copy what other people do. Be you and always do you, right? Because you want to attract people who like you. You don't want to attract people who like the next person because you cannot keep up with the next person. Number four is you want to have some type of landing page, right? People have to have a place where they can constantly log on and find you. That landing page could be a website, a blog, or whatever, or it could just be your Facebook fan page or your personal page. Number six is never stay stuck. Technology changes really, really fast, right? And everything is always being updated. And if you're not keeping up with technology, you may miss the next level. And even though you're missing the next level, the people who follow you, they're more than likely aware of things changing and new people coming into the game. So you always want to keep up with, the changes that are going on so that you're up to date. Number 8 is know who you serve. If you don't know who you serve, it's very difficult to build a brand. But at the same time, you could easily just build a brand based upon yourself, and serve yourself, and you'll attract people who are just like you. And then you already know who you serve, right? That makes it very, very, very simple. Number 9 is content is king, right? You want to produce content. Content is the way people connect with you. If you don't produce content, how are people supposed to get to know you? Your content can be a blog, it can be a video, it can be whatever you please. It can be a conference. A conference is also content, right? Because people can show up to the conference and get to know you and who you are. Number 10 is, if you want to be a celebrity influencer, transparency is not key, right? It's just not key, right? Because like for me, I love being authentic and transparent, but I also see the repercussions of being that way. It's not necessarily a good thing, because when you're transparent and you're down to earth with people, they look at you a certain type of way, and for the most part, that's the easiest way to destroy a brand, right? Is telling too much or revealing too much about yourself. Like, you have to pick a certain part of yourself that you want to share with people and share those parts with them. And, you also can't be so authentic that you're always available to people, because if you're available to people, they don't respect you, they don't appreciate you, they don't value you. This goes back to human psychology. Humans like what they cannot have, right? It has nothing to do with you and the way you think. It's about human psychology. And I know a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they have difficulty. Sorry, my braces, they get me. They have difficulty with that because they are like me. Like, they just want everybody to feel like we're all the same, we're all amazing, we can all pull off these really cool things. But when you're just kind of hanging out with the people, they just don't value you. And they want to have what they cannot have, right? They want what they cannot have access to. I'll give you an example. You can tell somebody like, hey, if you give me $1,500 right now, I will change your life. And they might think about it and hesitate, right? But that same person would say, hey, Beyonce is having a concert. You can go VIP for $1,500 and you can get an autograph and meet her backstage. They're like, oh my God, yes, I want to do that. Why do they want to do that? Because they have access to you, but they don't have access to Beyonce. Beyonce isn't going to change their life, but they will still pay the $1,500 for it, right? Because she's a celebrity, right? And that's how people think. So you have to have a good understanding of that. That's about it for today. You guys, if you want to work with me to build your celebrity social media brand, inbox me. A lot of you are working jobs that you are tired of, and it's so easy to get on social media and to build a brand. A lot of you want to help people and you don't know the next step to helping people. And the next step to helping people is, like I said, if you're an author, you get on Facebook, you build a brand, then you put your book out, and then now you have a group of people who will buy your book. Now you have a group of people that you can empower, teach, and uplift. If you have a job and you're having a spiritual awakening, you're definitely wanting to go to the next level and become a life coach so you can help people. And to become a life coach, you don't want to be at the bottom of the life coaches. You want to be at the top. You want to be a celebrity life coach so that you can impact more people and deal with a higher level of clients who are on your frequency. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Have a good evening. I will talk to you later. Bye.